live with floating head again. What about that, eh? I was like that. Morning, guys. Afternoon, guys. Hello, Lou. Hello, Tim. Hey, I'm expecting more people to be here today. Now that my community's knowing a bit more about me. Hey, Don, yo. Well, I might be still here when you get off work, Tim. I might not. Since the last live show, I honestly have not gotten out of my housecoat until today. Only because I actually do have to go out and shop. I have to pick up some stuff from groceries and that. My roomies downstairs are self-isolating. I got a really bad cold. I highly doubt that it's the virus, just bad cold. Signs of strep throat more of anything. Only one person got fever. I'm still probably the only one that's not so bad. So, for you guys, what is the live show? The live show gets to the point where you guys get to ask questions, which I look forward to, by the way. And find out what doing it. But as you guys all know, at the beginning, we don't have a lot. I've been out. Well, actually, that's not true. I was out last Thursday, though, Lou. Just let you know. So, the X96 Air comes in a really nice box, by the way. I don't miss my bills, Corey, just to let you know. This box is impressive, truthfully. Now, just to let you know, I started it up actually 2 days ago. And as soon as I started up, it's automatically got an update. And anytime you get an auto update on these things, I'm happy. Hey, I haven't done anything else to the box. Hey, people went all over me since then. That'll do it. Hey, Roger. Oh, everybody's good here. By the way, Roger, just to let you know. That's not a bad idea. We were commenting when we went out on Thursday that when we were driving that we could still see for the most. I have to admit, for the most part, people are definitely staying separate. They are, and appreciate the social distancing. But I'm still seeing every once in a while little groups of people who are together. The other day we saw a group of like 10 people, and where we are now, it's now 5 and under. That you're allowed to be in groups and still maintaining a social distance. So, not much terror. So this is the X96 Air. This comes with the 905X3 chipset. And if anybody's been following the archaeology, this is actually running, instead of the E53, it's running the E55. With what guy, Don? Is it off on time? Is it not perfect? I can guarantee you that no IPTV provider provides perfect guides, just to let you know. Okay, hey. Settings, this is actually running. Well, you guys definitely have more down there. So it's running Android 9, just to let you know. About. See, version 9. I just checked if there's any more updates. I doubt it, because it would have told me. Nope, I am still running the best. Alright. So, all the different things that come into this. So this is the main screen, and of course your app drawers here. Like I said, I have not put anything on here yet. A file browser. We're going to allow it. And of course, while we wait for more people to ask questions, you're going to notice that this has very similar to the KM9 Pro, where it sees the install, unknown. Which, again, I like. And I've gotten quite used to it. But now you get to see how fast this thing works. I love putting, so I put a KM9 Pro Classic. I put a KM9 Pro Deluxe right beside this, and I did the install side by side. And this box, even though a 2 gig box and the Deluxe is a 4 gig box, this thing still loaded apps faster. Impressively. And remember, guys, I said this is the third X3 box that I played with. Oh, back to the A555 versus the A53. That's like looking at a Pentium 4 to a Pentium 6. The A55 chipsets are allowed to do 8K now. Again, like I said the other day, though, I haven't had a chance because I don't have any TV or monitor that plays 8K, but according to the benchmark, it works well. So, I bought the Pirating 4K Cube A just so I could pair it with 2 Echoes and an Amazon sub. I have to say the Cube is not a bad experience. If I had to choose between the Cube and the stick, I would take the Cube A because the Cube at least has an Ethernet port on it. I like the fact that you pull it away from the back of the TV. Like, okay, so Fire TVs, no matter if it's stick or tablet, all the remotes are Bluetooth. That's just a beautiful thing about, I love Bluetooth remotes, and a heck of a lot better than infrared. I'll get you in a second. But the Cube and the Fire Stick and playing the difference between the two, I like the Cube better. Like I said, biggest thing is because the Ethernet port, I find that things run a little faster on the Cube as well. I haven't looked at the technology, so I don't know if it's got a slightly better technology. But it seems really built well. I mean, the first one that I got to play with, and that was only like a month ago, was like, that's solid. Whereas the Fire Sticks and any kind of dongle things kind of seem a bit weak. So, you're in Bermuda for a week. Wow. I was saying that to the girlfriend last night. It's like, wouldn't it have been kind of cool if we got stuck in a place? I've been watching YouTube videos on people and being stuck, waiting for, Yeah, tell me, Lou. Well, how much was it? Like $6,000 or $7,000 here for an 8K Samsung TV, and that was like only a 55-inch, not something bigger. And heck, I got a 65. I don't know if I can handle going back to a 55. I'm about to tell you this is alcohol. No, it's dark color because it's just Diet Cola. Okay. Didn't I not put in this already? Yeah, I did. Oh, you just cancel that. See? And I guess, Roger, it really depends on everybody's setup. Like for yours, with, the 2 Echoes, but put it in a left or right channel, yeah, that'll work. I'm not, I don't never owned an Echo. I have played with the Google Homes. And I like that. Woo! Fire Stick that shit. See? Hey, buddy. Yeah, that's what I meant, Lou. Way too much money for the TV. Okay, where am I on the installs? You guys got me like... Oh, no, not theater. Oh, this is that. No, I do want to install this one. I still want to play with it a bit more. I haven't really left my couch very much. So remember, guys, for you guys that are just joining, what we're doing today is you have questions about Android boxes or apps. and you want help working through them, ask that question. That's what I'm here for. And it's kind of nice, you know. In the last show, we learned about Theater Plus. It's a one-click app. Not a huge selection for movies, but it's nice the fact that you can at least pick some movies and they work. My problem is that I watch movies way so much. I rarely, when I mean, I rarely watch a movie twice. Although, unless of course you're The Godfather, and honestly, I've watched The Godfather seriously about 10 times. Each one, 1, 2, and 3. Boop, boop, boo. I don't know if it was you, Lou, or somebody on here told me about Theater Plus. It could have been Tara or Tim, or like I said, not sure who, but whoever did, yay! I appreciate that. Oh, I can't remember. I haven't done it in the X96 box for a little while. So did I have to change out the YouTube? I think I probably do. All right, well, let's find out. We'll go back. Boom, 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 boom. Nope. I probably could have got it that way. Truthfully, I like this system. Oh. Weird. Didn't I just come into... Yeah, you're that one of those weird guys. The Cody guy. Okay, I came into settings in here. But which settings did I go to? Ah, weird, eh? Well, we're going this way. My problem is I remember the movies for a long time, like, and even if I only remember parts of it, I get bored. And again, there's nothing wrong with Cody if you know what you're doing with Cody, but if you're still a beginner or even somewhat of a novice, it's a lot of work. I mean, for you guys have been doing this for years, so you know where to find the right apps, you know which apps to trust, you know, that's not a big issue, so hey. Whoa. Do you see which version is here? No. Version 2.019. I'm damn sure that the one I have is actually newer. Okay, I'm back over to file browser. Ah, Real to Bride works good with everything. So I mean, whether you're running Kodi or if you're running Typhoon, yeah. See, I have the 0.7. A little newer. I rarely find any issues with Typhoon or with Biba when it comes to Real to Bride. I'd probably find as many issues with the Real to Bride in those apps as I did with Kodi, so it wasn't a big thing. And you know how Real to Bride sets its servers every once in a blue moon. I love people that freak out. Like you know, Real to Bride is going to be back in just a moment. Want both of them. I get what you're saying, Roger, when it comes to the Godfathers, but I hear you. But I still enjoyed the third. I'm not even close to as 1 or 2, but I get into a marathon and I end up watching all 3 again, so that's usually what happens. Done. I think though that when I install YouTube this way, no, it still worked. Nope. And we killed the box. There we go. Hey, so now we just start removing the things off of here. I'm having fun. Still waiting for somebody to ask me questions about apps. DVD player, boom, boom, Netflix. I got somebody to put their Netflix account on here and it didn't work. I still gave them the same errors. It's a banned box, even though it's a generic box, it's still banned. Kind of suck at that. Okay. Huh. I did not put Vivo on here. No, that sucks. Thought I did. Okay, somebody distract me. I blame all you guys for it. Yes, I have a cough. No, I don't have a cold, but I definitely have a cough. But then it's called that time of the year, and because I'm a smoker, and no, they've never been able to figure out what it is. You know, Roger, the one thing I have to say about me walking away from Cody and opening a store is I've had a lot more time to play with the apps. And you know me liking to get to know the developers, talking to them, getting first-hand sources, and truthfully, you know, because you know who to trust more then, right? The other thing about apps, there are very, 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 very few dramas. And you know what I meant by dramas in the developer world, because everybody and their little whiny bitch thing is about, he did this, they're doing that, they're copying this, and they're copying that. And you're like, oh, fuck, here we go again. A couple of damn kids. Oh, did I swear on? Sorry. Although, just to let you know, I did rate this live video as not appropriate for anybody under the age of 13. So, I actually don't remember which one I recommended, Roger. Was that Alien? Which game controller works best with the Android boxes? Lou, because I recommend the KM9 Pros, the classic, the deluxe, either or. Yeah, I hear you, Roger. It really depends on the box. So with the KM9 Pros, let me give a sec. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab the two. Actually, I think the one is in the car. I do have the other one. Trying to remember the name of the other remote. The Bluetooth one that I liked. I played with quite a few of them. It's Mo Cute. Okay, still sitting down. Yeah, Roger, those guys are still great. Hey, boom, boom. Okay, now I have two gamepads. So these are dongle ones, right? Let's see if I still got the dongle in here for this one. Well, it's probably out in the living room. Okay. You'll notice one looks like a PlayStation, one looks like an Xbox controller. I found that the Xbox controller, this one takes batteries, and this one recharges. I think I bought these off of GearBest or DHgate, or most likely I don't use Banggood very often. Um, Probably. Let me bring the big screen back up again. By the way, okay. PlayStation tile and the Xbox tile. This one's built better. It's lasted me. I mean, I had this one for about 3 years now. The only thing I hate about is that when the battery dies in here, because I can play about 5 or 6 hours on this, and then the battery dies, and then you have to charge it. It takes about an hour and a half to charge it. So you're not playing again for another hour and a half. Whereas this one, I can just change out the batteries. But this is my second one. I went through the first one a little quicker. Actually, I shouldn't say I go through these. I give these to my grandkids, and I let them play, because if anybody's going to torture the heck out of these things, kids, right? I use Real to Bride and Older Bride, and if Real to Bride is acting, I jump on Older Bride. I really rarely use them for streaming, though. Oh, definitely not, buddy. We are using those for better link choices for downloads. H96 Max 4. If I'm correct, Lou, is that the one that is running the Rockchip 3328 chipset? Okay, Roger. We will see you later, my dear friend. And we are having springtime. I should have taken a video outside where our snow is melting. Yesterday it snowed rain. My deck is finally cleared of snow. So, FYI. I am pretty sure I have. There's a local seller that's selling it. Yeah, I'm not a rock chip fan. Because I've been selling and playing with boxes for like years. Well, years. Way years. I was kind of excited when the rock chips came out, because the rock chips are slightly cheaper than the S chips. So the boxes could be, could run 4 gig, and if you remember, the S chips could best they could run with 3 gigs at one time. So 4 gig was kind of nice. It could go to the 4 gig. Did I find a big difference between like the 28 chipset or I just found that the rock chips didn't last as long. They're not bad chips. It's just that, an S chip could last for 5 years, depending on how horrible you were with it. Whereas a rock chip would last for about 3 years. But if I'm going to choose a box between an S chip, a rock chip, or an all winner, I would take the rock chip any day over an all winner. Those friggin' boxes don't last long at all. Those are horrible chips. Oh, I was just giving an example, Lou, of a lifetime expansion. Like the S chips do last better. I find them between the two. The best way to compare for like the people who are used to computers, um, the S chips are like running Pentium 4s, and the Rock chips are like running AMDs. For example, neither company is bad. The Rock chips work well in a box. It's not that I'm complaining about it, but I'll be honest with you, like the 905X3 is actually cheaper to buy than any of the rock chips, and it's faster. We're not going to know how dependable the new A55s are going to be until, I mean, they just came out like in what, November? It's going to take time to find out who's going to torture. Like I've got an X96 box that I have been running in my shop, which is still on, by the way. I haven't shut those down. 5 months now, and I'm still having no issues with it. I have a KM9 Pro Classic and an X96 plugged in at work. The Classic's been there since probably June last year. Every once in a while, I have to unplug it, plug it back in because the power button won't turn it back on. But that's an Android setting, so it's not a big thing. Yeah. Truthfully, Lou, I have played with an S922 box. They're not cheap right now, but holy crap. Like, that is like the fast chipset. Like, holy crap. It's like, wow. No issues with that one. So, when your box dies, right? In a couple of years, you know it's going to die. But when it dies, and you want to, or when you upgrade, let's see how much an S922 box is going to be at that point. Oh, we're going back to gamepads. And let me find. There we are. Is this the one I have? Yep. Okay. I keep forgetting that I needed to change this thing around and move this back over here just to make things a little easier. But I still like the Pro Process too, Lou. Absolutely. So this is the MoQ 0550. This is the one. It's Bluetooth. I love the fact that this one's Bluetooth. On the KM9 boxes, they're Bluetooth. Both your boxes are Bluetooth. For gaming, these things are quite fine. Are they, as good as the X or as well built? No. These are probably built as good as the PlayStation, but these also are rechargeable as well. It doesn't come with a battery pack on it. See, here's the little port down here. And of course, you can put your phone on it as well. But just for the gaming box, it's friggin' awesome. That's the one I'm using in the car now. But my grandkids love it. So I have that on the TV now at home because I own a Sony Android TV. Which of course has Bluetooth. I would never recommend buying another Sony TV if you're buying it to be Android. If you want the simplicity as a regular user, great. Because you can still install stuff, but it's limited on how much RAM and how much processing it has, so it's not as fast. You're better to buy a 4K a 4K TV. Like even the Samsung, the Sony's with the Android are probably one of the most expensive. You could get yourself a cheaper 4K, say 65-inch, and spend $100 on a good box, and have more. Like the KM9 Pro Classic, which is only 2 gig, is actually faster than my TV. Hey, so we've been here a half an hour, and we still do not have anybody on here asking me questions about apps. So I'm assuming that locally we're still not having people here, which is kind of sad. I have a lot of customers who are trying to leave me messages and stuff like that, and makes it kind of a bit that they're not here. Boom, boom, boom. I am still having sales out of my shop though. This customer is paying by e-transfer, and then I have 2 big bottles of alcohol wipes, disinfectant wipes, and I wipe the boxes down. I put my gloves on, wipe them down, put them in the box, wipe the box, and then I drop them off in their mailbox. Out and delivered. Although again, I haven't left the home since last Thursday, but I do let people know that I'm only going out on certain days, so I have 2 drop-offs today. So One is the KM9 Pro Classic and the MX3 remote, which is still my favorite remote for most boxes. Let me see if I can find that here. Boom. Wow. I don't know how she said they were out of stock. Not out of stock. I don't know what. Alright, Lou. You have a good day, my dear friend. So, this is always going to be my favorite remote. Only because I like the fact that it's got the keyboard on the back. I know you guys, a lot of you guys like the Rise, the RIs, the 8s, and that. But, I don't know, this one's got an earmost, a gyroscoping system on it. The beauty about that is that it works like tilt action. When you're playing on some games, and it doesn't work with every game, but you know, guys who have a regular Android box, you can put games on there that requires touch or tilt. This actually offers the tilt function of a game, so kind of like that. So other than that, my life here at home, I have been cooking for my sick roomies downstairs. And they live in their own separate area, but I've been cooking for them because they've been sick. It's kind of nice. If anybody, if you've ever watched my history of myself, my first career was a chef, a cook. I love cooking. I still love cooking. And trust me, I am not complaining that I get to cook for my roomies because I like to cook. I miss. So the last few days that I've been cooking for them, I actually miss being in a restaurant, working a line. And if you've ever been at an opening restaurant, it's freaking crazy as heck. The first day, or the first few weeks, sometimes the first couple months. And what I loved about it was that you start your shift at whatever time, whether it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or, you know, and the next thing you know, it's time to go home. Because it's been so busy, you never had a chance to really know what it was to take a breath. To have, you know, 25 chickens and 15 hamburgers and, you know, 12 steaks cooking on your grill at one time, knowing which each one of those things are going to be. And in all the years that I worked grill, and grill is my favorite, no matter, I love many of the stations, but grill, I only had one steak ever come back and one chicken ever come back. And the honest truth is, they were my fault. I somehow cooked a guy medium when it was supposed to be medium rare steak, and he was really upset. Oh, I should take that back. Hello, Diamond. I should take that back because, in honest truth, I've had many come back, but that's because many idiots doesn't know what a real medium rare steak is or a well done steak. I had one guy order a blue rare steak, and you know that's all it is cut the tail off, cut the head off, slap it on the one grill, slap it on the side of the other grill, and throw it on the plate. It's friggin' bloody. And he came back and said, blue rare isn't bloody. And I'm like, I was so tempted to spit in his food. I'm just gonna let you know and send it back out. But that's the only other time. And when I cook chicken breasts, I cook chicken breasts to medium well. So beyond the pink, but still juicy. Because the truth is, you're gonna let it end up sitting on the rack before it serves out for 3 to 5 minutes. And in that like 5 minutes, it settles down. When it gets out to the customer, it's still juicy as heck, but cooked. And I don't know if you've ever had a dried chicken breast, but it's not that great. Here we are talking about food. Again, for anybody, the newbies that join in on here, guys, I am here to answer your question about Android boxes. Anything you need to know. We are currently working on an X96 box right here. Just to let you know that. I just finished installing things. You'd probably have to watch everything from the video going forward. So setting up the menu on here. Now that we have Viva TV installed. And the thing we found yesterday is Theater Plus doesn't work unless you sideload launch. Oh no, on a ATV box, but on an Android box, there it is. Yay! Live Lounge. And because I changed up the YouTube for the better one, voila. I don't think I should change up the YouTube anymore. Okay. And the sad part is everything is alphabetical on here. Yay! I had somebody YouTube me and ask me if I had a code, and all that went through my head was, yes, I do have a code, but had you have taken the time to watch any of my shows live, you would have got it. 934-548, there they all are. Yay. Ah, are you leaving us now? Later, Diamond. It was nice to talk to you again, bud. And for all you guys, what did I say? Live Lounge is good for? Well, it's good for movies, but you know, like Theater Plus, you don't have a lot of selection. Allow. Voila. Okay. It's great for porn. By far. Theater Plus. Now we get to find out how well it works on an Android box, remoteless. Are we going to highlight? Nope. Again, see, it's not highlighting, bud. Oh, you were saying goodbye to, yeah. Roger. I lounge. Buddy, you still haven't got it. Modip, you have not gotten a hold of me. I cannot share a live event with you if you do not get a hold of me. Okay. See, this Theater Plus, despite the fact all it has, is still not. Oh. Still not set up right for a remote. Definitely great for a tablet or a thing, but I still can't recommend it for the average box yet. Discord or Telegram, Madip. And I am following in, despite the fact that he doesn't know I watch the show often, I am following in Devitr's footsteps and looking at using StreamYard as a chat program to share with. Just to let you know that. I'd love to have you on. You can sit here and answer questions with people too. Well, the good thing is, buddy, at least you're keeping busy. That's all that really matters right now. All these people that are sitting at home, not much to do, it's going to drive people stir crazy, right? Everybody's watching me install the different programs. My life. YouTube. I like this version of YouTube for the biggest reason it is the absolute most remote friendly version of YouTube. Great box for around $100. Are we talking American or Canadian? It's a good question. Well, that Russell guy in the background really sneaky. Yo, Philip. Sports apps. Apps that you want to watch live sports on right now? Like, is there seriously any live sports right now? I mean, hey, the pay-per-views are extremely limited, never mind. I'm actually, just give me a second. Like, I'm trying to see what we have in the S922X chipset. Like, how much is a GT King box, for example? Which is currently unavailable down there. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, there is an H96 box with the 922 on it. You're challenging me, bud. Oh, you want the honest truth, bud? I am going to go and look for you on Discord. Yeah. I don't really like Telegram anymore, eh? Okay. Now, add a server. I don't want to add. Man, if you're trying to find somebody, friends all on. I got. Oh, add a friend. There we are. You just got sent a friend request. I'm sorry. I couldn't help that one. Alright. So. Yeah, oh, back to the challenge, but thank you. This is where I'm going. So there is now an H96 box with an S922X chipset. According to the H96 website, there's an H96 Max that's using the 905X3 chipset. That's the Max X3. That one I know. Okay, maybe these guys. See, I'm reading an article on H96. So there is an X90. Okay, so when did this come out? Well, thank you. Oh, December. This was posted. But there's supposed to be an X9 or H96 with an S922X. It's got Android 9 in it. It'll have either a 2 or a 4 gig configuration. Although the 2 gig is going to be friggin' fast. I mean, you want to go to the 4. But if it goes into the 2 gig, that's much better. I mean, you really wouldn't, like a 4 gig would definitely be an overkill. But trying to find this box. Video formats, photo formats, editions. Trying to, let me pull this over here, I'll show you. So this is the box that it's trying to talk about. That it's supposed to be coming, but this was in December, so it should be here. Oh, really? I thought the 922, here we are, see? A55. What's that word that I'm looking for? Actually, Cortex A55. I thought the 922 was a a 922 thought was an E55. I'm going to say if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Wow. Products. See the different processors here. Resources, designs, what this sucker could do is amazing. But the X3 chipset is built on this. More and more, you know it's a Cortex processor. And the fact that it's a Cortex A. You really had to get down to A55. There it is. But again, it's not telling us what chipsets are out here, right? Just what's on related. But you know, quad core armed back. Okay, so we're on here and we are researching while we're online here. Here we are. Big differences. The versus. Hey, why the ARM is better than the ARM Cortex? And then this bit. Price comparisons. The E55. I don't think this is right because truthfully, all the boxes, I mean, if you want to go with a 4 gig, yeah. So these are going to be American prices for, you know, different boxes. And this was the H96 box I was talking about, the X3. Oh, this is Canadian. So let's go to Amazon.com. It really helps when you're using the right keyboard again. My bad. I do shop from both websites, by the way. H96 Max X3. Wow, what a huge difference in prices, eh? So, if this is any better than, you know, like I said, I've got the X3. I've never played with a 4 gig box. My price in Canada, as you can see, is a frig of a lot higher. Buying options for you. Currently nothing on that one, but I mean, there are a couple of choices here. Well, heck, you got even more down here. Wow. Item is returnable in 30 days. Oh yeah, this one you can just add to your cart. $15. So that is $91 American. Hey, any app for just pay-per-view? That is a really good question. I honestly don't know. Okay, that's not completely true. Depending on the app that you play with. I mean, this one here, I find that he will put in requests for things. And if there's enough requests, I do find that he will put in some of the pay-per-view events in here. Somebody in here might be able to answer if there's more options like that in Cody. I wouldn't know, but regular APK apps, finding ones that have pay-per-views, not too often. Yeah, I mean, I'm on Amazon.com, by the way, for you darn lovely Americans down there. That's 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of space. Yeah. That's a fucking lot of room in there. Oops, sorry again. Remember, 13-year-old. I do like the chipset. It's newer and it still needs to be tested out, but I do like it. Like, I'm dead serious. She's fast. It beats up the 912. I can tell you that. Heck, the 905X2 is actually fast. I find slightly faster than the 912, but not quite as fast as the 922. And I haven't had the chance of comparing the 922 with the X3, but from what I'm remembering on a personal level between the two, I think the X3 was a little bit faster. What I mean by that is like, but more affordable. You put in a 922X, which has got some great X Android box. There's the guy. If you can find one on here, like the GT King, okay, that thing's not cheap. Cortex. See, this is what a 922 is going to cost you. I mean, not that I know these are 922s, but the companies that are coming out with the 922 chipsets are not cheap. Not a huge demand in it, eh? That's the problem. Oh, heck. I'm definitely on the wrong. Here. I meant to go on here. Like, these are like, that's a 922 chipset. 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of space. It's a little bit more than $100. That's what I'm trying to say. The 922s are not cheap. And again, this is Amazon.com. Let's see there's currently no sellers that can deliver. That's because China's pretty well on a lockdown. You can't order a lot of stuff. Like, I'll be honest with you, I still ordered a couple of things from China. But I talked to these guys on WhatsApp. I might order it through a website, but I talk to them on WhatsApp. And you need to know what area of China you're ordering from, because some of the areas are locked out and definitely can't go back to work. Some areas are still working. Where I ordered the boxes from. There, this one here. I always forget where this district is. It's not close to Wuhan, so boom, 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 tracking. Okay, that one got shipped out on Friday, which means that I'll probably have it by this Friday. But when I look at that one, and then, okay, so here I'm looking at something else I've ordered from China. Hello, customer. I rarely do I order from Banggood. But they had something I wanted that nobody else did. But the problem is, like, nothing has been shipped out on these guys yet either. What's happening in China right now for a lot of things that you are ordering, it can take 2 weeks before they can ship it out. Shipping has definitely changed in China. It used to be quick and out the door. If I ordered 100 boxes today, I would have them by no later than Monday of next week. These boxes that I ordered 2 weeks ago. And this is just letting you know how long things are taking to get here. So, which is explaining why Amazon, a lot of the suppliers are from China, and why you're having a hard time finding things. Okay, guys, I'm going to end up shutting down here. Again, I put the live up here for you guys to come and ask about Android boxes. Oh, I know I gotta quit smoking. Well, so apps for the pay-per-views. The truth is, if you're gonna want to do like pay-per-views, I would strongly suggest looking at getting an IPTV service if the pay-per-views are important for you. But I mean, let's be realistic. I didn't even. I'm just bringing up my one of my IPTVs. There's a couple I recommend. One of them just got completely shut down. They were idiots, and I did warn them. Don't friggin' advertise, and don't advertise this way. This is what happened to the guys in New Brunswick when they did it, and now they're paying $8 million back. Don't do this yourself. Hey, coming over to the right. I didn't even check to see if there was anything on this weekend. I did see a posting for that there was a fight on this weekend, but overall, there's not a lot of sports left, by the way. Unfortunately, that requires going out into large events where you're going to have I mean, how many countries are left that allow you to have a large event? Not much. You had a launch break or a lunch break? Oh, that's right. You're still essential staff. Oh, I got a question for you, Tara. But I mean, as I said, I'm going to be getting off here shortly, because nobody's asking me questions. But so where you are, your industry, the biggest industries out there, are being hit and hugely hit. And how is that affecting your community? I just had that question because you would know economically. For the most part, Russell, pay-per-views are for sports, yeah. If you're talking about movies and TV shows, let's go back in here. Then you're talking about channels that are dedicated to it. Like on here, if I come way down upon this one, river. Okay. I'm almost there. TV Land, VH1, Weather Channel. So HBO's, for example, Cinemax's, the Movie Max, Showtime, Reels, Stars. Those are all premium channels that'll do just straight, shows and stuff. Yeah, and I watched that on the news here, and I'm like, it's sad. I get it, and from what I understand, OPEC is at fault for a lot of it because they're flooding the market with oil. But so and just to let you know, Russell, a lot of IPTV services, depending on who you wanted, right? They have 24/7 movies, where if you had a craving for Adam Sandler, you can't pick the movie. But it's just a constant Adam Sandler play, 24/7 kind of thing. Eddie Murphy. I mean, just for what's on these ones. Oh, and I find a lot of people enjoy that. So, learning about IPTVs and the ESPN pluses. I mean, there's not really a lot on sports right now, so. That's the unfortunate part, though, Terror. Like, I don't really blame the governments overall right now because we've never had a pandemic in the history of Canada. The only thing that ever came close in the history of Canada was the wars, the world wars, where we had to learn to hunker down, do this and do this. But never a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, which has freaked out people and caused people to overbuy and drop my price down, get rid of this, get rid of that, which is hurting parts of the market. And so a lot of these governments, there was no real plan for it. So, BA DJ. So a lot of this that's going on is just basically it's going to be trial and error. I mean, you say the NDP government doesn't do something, but we don't know what. Right now, they're just sitting back and seeing what they can do. Is that better? Yeah. Well, you say before COVID, but truthfully, COVID's been around since December. You guys were starting to hurt just around there. Gas prices started dropping across the Canada. That's when I noticed. But you're talking about like so when the barrels were down to $5 a barrel. I mean, $50 a barrel, and now they're even cheaper than that. What was yesterday's quote? I saw $28 a barrel, which makes your barrel equivalent to like $5. Has that one have UK channels? Yes. They're here. And out of this one, like, I recommend the company. I do. I know it's got my name on it, but it's not my company. But if you've heard me in the first video, all their prices are in Canadian. So for you as an American, truthfully, that's even better because you're right now we're almost 50% higher from our 35% 3 weeks ago. So buying something in Canada gets better price. So if this is $15 a month Canadian, I don't know what that's going to be American. What, $9, something like that? I don't remember. Don't think my math. Well, the only thing in here, like it's got all these other channels, but the Italian kind of sucks. I've been telling the company they need to work on it. I know. I love my floating head. I'm sad. But the British channels in here work well. Hey Storm, thanks for subscribing, bro. But I mean, the UK channels work well. I can't complain about that. I am not going to click on any and show any of that to you, only because I don't want a copyright infringement. Now, as for IPTV, if you're going to run IPTV, I don't recommend Wi-Fi. I get people to bring their things back into my shop, and they say, "Hey, it's buffering," and I say to them, "All right, what's your speed at home?" "Oh, I've got 500 meg, and it should be working well. My Wi-Fi is perfect." And I don't have to explain to them that Wi-Fi does this. It fluctuates. It doesn't stay solid. And if you want a solid stream, the only way to do that is to run an Ethernet. I'll have you know my day's going good. I'm staying safe. Our city, our area of Ontario now has 4 confirmed cases. So. But anyway, guys, I am going to let you go. I'm going to go and I'm actually ordering supper tonight. And I'm going to my best friend's house. We're going to his place to eat. He sits on that side of the room. We sit on this side of the room. This is the dude. I've got to show you. I wish. The Bose. I think this is the Bose soundbar. The 700 freaking soundbar. Okay, I'm gonna let you know if you guys ever want to buy this box. That's the design inside of it. You will never have to buy the satellite speakers that you can buy to go with it. It's not worth it. This friggin' box, when I set it up for my bestie, well, we had to take 5 different positions of where you could sit in his room so that it could measure out what it could do. And then we went in and we played PlayStation game. His Battlefield. And he's sitting there in his room. He used to play with his headset. So he's sitting on his favorite spot in the room, right? And he could hear a helicopter flying behind him. And all there is this bar on the subwoofer, but he could hear the helicopter flying behind him and then flew in front of him. He says the actual sound was back there. And this is what this box can do. But is this box cheap? Oh, heck no. I don't know how much you Americans pay for this sucker, but in Canada, she's not cheap. And of course, it's got Alexa built into it. Yep, that's about the price, $1,000. That's not including the subwoofer. That's just the bar. Maybe with the subwoofer to go with it, I don't even know that's going to be on here. You know how sometimes they say, hey, buy here, and you get the second, but yeah, it's not even there. The subwoofer was like another $500. About it. But again, amazing sound. My soundbar I paid, I don't know, like $600 for mine, and I have an LG version But compared to this sucker, nothing. And now I'm like, okay, so I have money in my bank because I was planning a trip to go to the East Coast in Canada, and for whatever reason now I'm not going to the East Coast because might be something stopping me. So I've got all this money left over, and I'm like, well, technically I could afford this, not an issue. And then my living room will be like, wow. But in all honest truth, I don't have as much use for it. I'm not as picky. For me, if I bought this, I'll be honest with you, I'd be buying it just because I have like the best of the best kind of thing. And I'm bad for that. I just don't want to do that. No. So, anyway, guys, the floating head. Yay. And arms. Just let you know. And yes, I am wearing a green shirt with the green screen behind me. And minimizing what comes up. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, come on. It's like. I mean, you do this, and then you get a floating head on here. I mean, people are like, wow, that's pretty freaky. I mean, for the average user, we're not used to this. I'm always this. I can remember the first time I ever did this on one of my YouTube videos, and people were like, ah. And I'm like, hey, that's an Elgato screen, green screen behind me. Thank God. Love it. Anyway, guys, I am definitely getting out of here. I want to thank everybody for being on here. Again, it's sad that we weren't getting people to ask questions much. Although Russell, Philip, you guys asked me questions about those and stuff like that. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. I do want to keep more busy, but we are going to see you guys on Wednesday. Remember that? Wednesday we're back on. And you are noticing that the count in this part here is working. It is a green cup. Yep. See, and now there's no fluid in here, so it's not dark colored anymore. Hey, I emptied the cup. Anyway, off to go and order supper. I gotta drop off some boxes, do a little grocery shopping, and then off to the best friends to eat for supper. That poor guy's at home alone. He can't go visit his parents because his parents are in an old folk home and they're on lockdown. So that's kind of freaking him out a little bit. He doesn't have a girlfriend. So he's got besties like me and Bumblebee. So anyway, guys, later we will see you Wednesday, 2 o'clock. And Friday if you can't be there. Let's see if I'll have something different for you for Wednesday. Maybe a different background. We've already did the floating head twice. Probably won't do that again. Maybe we'll get a shirt that tells me Vafangula is a nice way to say have a good day. So if that does mean that, Vafangula to all of you. All right.